guys, welcome to my monthly make series, a series where I share with you my current crochet projects as I go on this journey to make my own handmade wardrobe. I'll give you an inside look into my creative process, share how I'm feeling about the things I'm making, and hopefully provide you with inspiration on what your next crochet piece can be. So here's to slow fashion, creative freedom, and making clothes that truly feel like you. I am back. I have lots of stuff to share with you. I'm learning something about my style. I'm coming to accept the fact that I think I am a bit more boho in style than what I would like to be perceived as. When I think bohemian, I think hippie, and that's not my style, but I do have a tendency to gravitate towards more natural looking, woven, linen-y-esque type textures and fabrics, and I found that with my crocheting I'm trying to duplicate those things. So I'm growing up, I'm becoming a big girl, I'm learning to accept that this is just who I am, and instead of like shying away from it and trying to do something that maybe looks cute as an aesthetic, I don't know why it's so hard to say that word, but instead of trying to copy an aesthetic that I like that isn't necessarily mine but I like to look at, I'm allowing myself to just fully give in to what my natural instincts are guiding me to. But enough of that. Let's get into the first thing, which first up I have these scrunchies. I have a scrunchie obsession. I do. It has to be like my most favorite hair accessory, and I think, was it 2 years ago at this point? Geez, I don't know how long I've been doing this, but I made a scrunchie tutorial and it was like a ruffled scrunchie, and you guys really like that one and it still gets like a ton of views, so you guys are still enjoying it. But I feel like I've kind of phased out of my ruffle era and I just like a nice, clean, classic type of a look. Starting to get back into stripes, which I used to go hard on stripes in like middle school, and then I think I overdid it, so then I was like, okay, I'm not allowed to wear stripes anymore. But I love these striped scrunchies, so now I'm just doing like, they're still pretty like oversized, like these things are large, but I'm just making these scrunchies and I'm playing around with like more stripe patterns. I really like the fact that it's simple enough that it's not so, I don't know, I feel like these aren't so much of a statement as, well actually no, I think they are equally as much of a statement as my ruffle scrunchies, just from a different angle. These are a little bit more subdued. So these are my latest scrunchie obsession. I do have a tutorial up on these if you would like to make them. I also have learned that I really do like working with a crochet lace or thread, whatever the heck you want to call it, more than your traditional type yarns, because I don't have to deal with pilling. Or at least I haven't yet had to deal with pilling. I don't think they pill, but like, I haven't had to deal with pilling, which is really nice. I feel like you get more detail out of every stitch. So I think for the majority of the things that I'm going to be making for myself from here on out, I'm going to be using crochet thread, which kind of sounds like a nightmare because it's a weight zero. So that means like I'm literally going to be like crocheting forever. You know, sometimes you just have to make sacrifices for the things that you like. But those are the 3 scrunchies that I have made. And then I'll show you the next smallest thing that I have here, which is this little makeup pouch. I really love this piece. I didn't intend for it to be a makeup pouch. I was originally trying to make a hat, and I don't know. I stopped paying attention. I lost count of my stitches and ended up making it a little too big to fit on a human head. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not taking this apart. So what can I do with it? And I decided to make a makeup pouch out of it because I did have in my, like, I keep a list of different things that I want to make, and a makeup pouch was on it. So I was like, oh, okay, well, guess this is the time to turn this into a makeup pouch. I decided to go with this color pattern because there was someone who had requested for me to make a hat for them, and it was a brown yarn and it had some sort of sequin in it. And then once I finished the hat, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so stinking cute. Like, I want to make one for myself. And like I said, tried to make the hat, messed up, turned it into a bag. It's a drawstring, and I did, because I'm obsessed with beading at the moment, I did put little beads at the ends of the the little like drawstrings so I can close it up. But then when I open it, I managed to get a lining on the inside of this because there's no way that my makeup was going to stay in this thing with like this mesh stitch. I did go with a dark brown because I don't know about you guys, I don't understand why for every stinking makeup bag that you buy, they always make the linings white. Like, why do they do that? They know it's gonna get stained with makeup. But yeah, so this is my makeup bag. I think this is really cute and I've been having a lot of fun using it, and I think for my lifestyle this is really practical. And I love the dark lining because there's gonna be makeup on the inside of this and I don't want to stare at it all the time. So those are my two simple things, and then the rest that I have here is clothing. I have one thing that I'm gonna show you guys before I get to the stuff for me that is so stinking cute. I'm gonna start making more clothing for my dog, and this is the very first thing that I made for him. It's this little sweater. I just think it's so funny looking at this, like where the arms are placed. I don't know, it just like cracks me up because why does it look like that? I think this is a good time for me to start making him his winter wardrobe. So I made him this little striped sweater. I'm calling this his Neapolitan sweater because it looks like, you know, like the vanilla chocolate strawberry. It's cute, and I made it long sleeve because I just thought it would look really funny to have him wear something long sleeve with his little skinny arms. So this is one of many top slash sweater situations I'm going to be making for my dog. This is also a really good way for me to use up some of my acrylic yarn. So the majority of it I've dedicated towards making this giant granny square blanket that I've been working on but not really working on. But like all the scrap yarn, I'm just going to start making him clothes, and this is the first of many outfits to come for him. And then getting into stuff for me. So first I have this top, which I did do a tutorial on. You guys can take a look at it if you're interested. It is a filet crochet top. It does have a back because I know, you know, some people were saying like, I can't wear backless tops. Can you do a tutorial that has a back? So this is a really cute little tee. I think this is really cute. I really like the tee. And if you guys make this top, one thing that I want to do that I didn't do on this just for the sake of the tutorial, but I think it would be cute even. So if you're not into like the scandalous open back tops, I get it, but I do think it would be nice to do the mesh like in a round all the way down until you get like maybe like to here, and then from there just work your panels like down, back and forth, and do I don't know, like have a little bit of a split, which I did do on the next top that I'll show you guys, but I think I could have made it up like a little higher, and then maybe like take a long chain and like weave it through so you can do like the scrunched up like sides if you want, you know what I mean? I think that would be a cute kind of a concept. So this is the first top that I have. I think it's really cute. It's very simple. The tutorial is up on my channel already. I do have a filet grid pack that I made, which you can get off of my Etsy, which I'm going to be using for a few tutorials that I'll be making to come in the future. So if you want to grab that, you'll just have all of the patterns that you need for some of the other tutorials that I will be doing. But also please know that I try to do my especially filet tops in a manner that you guys will be able to figure out or like learn how to do the main portion of the body of the top that might be the most confusing part for people, and then you can improvise the rest. So if you wanted to do this top but you don't want to do the grid that I have here, you can follow the tutorial and then use whatever grid from wherever you want and, you know, make the remainder of the top. Or you could even turn this into a dress. Like, I'm trying to do things where you guys can branch out and extend and let your creativity, you know, flourish and take over, so you get pieces that are distinctly and uniquely you. So I have that, and then I also went back and I made one in black, and this time I didn't do a filet chart. It, I guess, is still quote unquote filet because of how it was put together, like the stitching and the use of a lace type yarn. I don't know, maybe not. Basically it's a mesh top, but this is really cute, and I did it in black because I haven't done anything in black. I've been trying to stay away from making so much black clothing because you know, I'm just trying to branch out. I spent my whole life wearing black, and I just feel like it's time to take advantage of the rest of the color palette that I have access to. I did do a little teeny tiny bit of a little slit number on this, but it's so small that it's like barely even noticeable. I feel like the black gives you like this really cool like holographic-y type look, and like how it's showing up on camera is exactly how it looks in person, so it looks really cool, especially when I have like a little tank top and stuff underneath it. This was a really fun number that I did. There's a brand called DEPOP, and I saw a picture of a top that they have on Pinterest, and I thought it was so cute. I improvised everything. It is like a mock kind of turtleneck. It does come all the way up, and then I just got a bunch of buttons that were different, like, I don't know, like different designs. I was going to do every single button differently, like how it is in the inspiration photo, but I was thinking with what I had already kind of selected, it was starting to become like a bit too much. So I just did like a kind of fluid, like cohesive admixture here, and I think the color is really cool. Now the only thing that I'm upset about myself, or upset with myself for, is this is acrylic yarn. So as soon as I put it on, I'm roasting, and I don't want that. I don't like to roast. So I'm gonna have to redo this in a cotton so I can not suffocate myself. But I do think that the concept was really cute. I really like it. I'm definitely gonna make a few more, and then when I do, I will be sharing a tutorial with you guys, because this is really fun. And I think this would also be even cute if like you added sleeves, and it would be like a cute little like fitted top sweater type situation for like early fall into, you know, more colder type weather. But I really love this. I think this is really cool. Then I have this little bralette, which was inspired by a pair of earrings that I own. It's in this really pretty soft pink, and then I have these little floral decal kind of numbers on the chesties, and then I even went in and added some beading to give it a little extra zhuzh. And then the back is a tie back. I'm gonna be making more of these, and I will be doing a tutorial. It's on my long list of tutorials that I need to make, but I will be making a tutorial for this. So if you guys are into this style, you know, definitely stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that once it pops up on my channel. Then this piece, which I did one similarly to it, maybe like 2 or 3 of these monthly make videos ago, but it's half knit and half crocheted. So I bought myself a knitting machine, like one of those Centro knitting machines, and this whole portion, like the bodice, is all from the Centro machine, and then the bottom I did crocheted, and then of course, because I'm a bead girl, I had to throw some beads on here, and I think this makes the cutest cover up. And originally I was going to make this floor length, because I was like, oh, like I already made one short, so why not make one that's long? But then I put it on and I was like, ooh, this actually looks really cute. The length it is, I'm gonna leave it just as is. So I'm really excited. I need to go to the beach so I can like get some really cute pictures in this, because this is fun. This is actually a really cool number. In addition to me learning more about what type of materials I like, I'm also learning more about colors that I like and don't like. Not too thrilled about the color, but I thought this was really cute. The last thing that I have here to show you guys is this super cute skirt. I love this design. It is so pretty. The detail in it just has my heart. And originally I wanted to make this maxi length, but I got kind of tired of crocheting after a certain point, so I was like, all right, let me stop. Plus I'm in the process of making a written pattern, so you guys will be able to make one of these yourself, and you can do like a mini version like this, or you can do it maxi length like how I had originally intended. But I do think that this is a very, very pretty piece. I did wear this. I didn't take pictures. I'm gonna have to, I need to go back to the beach so I can like wear this moment, but it looked so cute. I had on my white swimsuit, and then I put this skirt on as like the cover up for my bottoms, and It was so cute. I looked so sharp. I feel like, and saying sharp makes me feel so old. Like, oh, you know how old people are like, oh girl, you look so sharp in your little outfit. But I did. I looked so sharp and snazzy in my little skirt and my little white swimsuit. And yeah, it was adorable. So I will be having a written pattern. It will probably have like video instructions to pair along with it, just because there is, you know, there's some detail that comes in with this, and I just want to make sure that people aren't getting confused. So I will have a tutorial out for that eventually. But that is all of the stuff that I have made recently. Now, these are all great, but just you wait until my next monthly makes video. The stuff is going to be even better, because I'm really learning, and I'm getting to a point where I'm able to see things that other people are making and look at different yarns and colors that I might think are really pretty, but I'm understanding now truly like how those things would come together and how it may or may not work for my lifestyle and just whatever the project is that I'm making. So I feel like I'm making better choices with materials and color and stitching and anything and everything else, hook size, like everything. Like I'm getting so much better at this, and I'm really enjoying this journey. I've now gotten to a point where I'm like running out of hangers in my closet because my crochet stuff is starting to take over. I'm gonna have to start sewing more stuff too, because I can't literally have everything in my closet be crocheted, but I'm gonna start sewing more. So if you guys would like some sewing tutorials, or maybe not so much tutorials, because I really have to learn how to like sew properly before I do any, you know, sewing tutorials. But if you would like some sewing tutorials, or just like sewing, like how I do a crochet with me, like if you want a sewing version, we could kind of like learn how to sew together. That is all I have for you guys for this monthly makes video. Make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you check out some of the tutorials that I have on my channel. I am in the process of trying to make a lot of filet crocheted stuff. One, because we're in summer, but two, because it is so trendy right now. I want to make sure that anyone who has an interest in it, you know, while you're at peak interest, you are able to go ahead and make some of the things that you're seeing. So I'm in the works of making, I think like 2 or 3 filet pieces. Definitely make sure that you have your notifications turned on, because I don't think you guys are going to want to miss that. These pieces that I'm working up right now are really cute. If you're interested in getting a sneak peek of what one of them looks like, I will give you a hint. It is blue, and I have posted photos of it on my Instagram. So you can take a look at it there if you're interested to see like what is to come. That is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you have a great day. I hope you guys stay safe. Make sure you're like exercising your wrists so you don't get like carpal tunnel. And I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye guys.